Hello students, I am back with a new lesson, The Little Girl. Before starting the lesson, I just want to summarize the relationship between the parents and the child. As we all know that the relationship between the parents and the child is really very crucial. A child completely depends on their parents. So, in this chapter, we are going to study about the relationship between a girl and her father. The little girl, as the title suggests, the little girl refers to the main characters of the story who goes by the name Kezia. That means the name of the little girl is Kezia. Moreover, the main theme of the story is the relationship between parents and their children. Also, the writer Catherine Mansfield wishes to tell us that children share a very deep bond of love with their parents. Who is the writer or the author of the chapter? Catherine Mansfield, who wants to illustrate, who wants to explain the deep bond between the parents and the children. Even though young children do not feel that their parents love and care for them because they are strict to them, many of their parents' action appears unfair. Besides, when children grow up, they realize that all the acts of their parents were favorable for them. In addition, all along the parents were afraid for them, and below their strictness lies a heart full of love for them. Most importantly, this bond of love between parents and their children has been underlined through the little girl. Through this chapter, Catherine Mansfield wants to tell us that there is a great bond between parents and their children. Sometimes, or most of the times, parents become so strict. Sometimes we feel that their acts are unfair. They are not favoring us. They don't love us. All because they become strict. They become strict for our betterment, for our good life. They want us to be disciplined, and they want us to grow into a civilized citizen. That's why they teach us manners, etiquettes by becoming strict. But that doesn't mean that they are heartless. Behind this strict behavior, there is a soft heart which is continuously pumping, which keeps continuously pumping, and that heart is full of love and affection for their children. Let us start with the chapter. In the story, there was a little girl named Kezia. She lives with her father, mother, and her grandmother. Also, she was very afraid of her father, and tries to avoid him all the time. Moreover, she feels comforted on seeing his father leaving for office. In this story, there is a little girl named Kezia who is very much afraid of her father because her father appears to be very strict. She never found herself very comfortable with her father. Moreover, when her father leaves home and as he went office, she feels very happy and comfortable. She was so afraid of her father that she mumbles in front of him as he appeared to her as rude, critical, and harsh. Further, her grandmother sought her to understand her parents better. That's why she would encourage her to go to the drawing room to chat with her parents. Then again she finds them cold towards her. So one fine day her grandmother suggested Kezia prepare a pincushion for her father's birthday. She was very much afraid of her father, and she used to mumble in front of her father as maybe her father appeared very rude, critical, and harsh to her. Her grandmother, she loves her a lot, and she sought her an idea. She asked Kezia to understand her parents well. She asked Kezia to understand her parents better, and that's why she used to encourage Kezia to go to drawing room and to have a talk with her parents. As she went into the drawing room to talk with her parents, she saw that her father was lying onto the sofa and taking a nap, whereas her mother was reading newspaper. So she just stood there far from them and she just looked at them, but she was not able to talk to them. One fine day, her grandmother suggested Kezia to prepare a pincushion as a gift for her father's birthday. As Kezia's father's birthday was approaching, so to create a bond, to create a good bond between the parent and the little girl, grandmother suggested prepare a pincushion for your father's birthday. Consequently, Kezia stitches the three sides of a pincushion casing, but after that she needs to stuff the cushion with something. Kezia, as she stitched three sides of the cushion and one side she left open to stuff it with, but she needs something to stuff inside that. That's why she goes to her mother's room. There she finds many sheets of fine papers. She went to her mother's room and beside the bed there was a table, and on that table she finds many sheets of fine paper. What she has done? She torn the paper into small pieces and filled the pincushion and sew up the fourth side. As she has left the fourth side for the stuffing, she has left the fourth side opened, unstitched to stuff the pincushion. She found paper in her mother's room and she torn out all the paper into small pieces and filled inside the pincushion as a stuffing, and then she sew up the fourth side. However, she doesn't know that those papers contain her father's very important speech for the Port Authority. Actually, what were those papers about? Those papers were the important speech which her father has to deliver for the Port Authority. And what she has done with those speech, with those papers, she has torn them out and she has filled it into the pincushion. Although she accepted her mistake and tries to explain the reason why she does it, but her father was too angry to listen to her and punished her with a ruler on her palm. She accepted her mistake, that I have done it wrong, sorry father, sorry dad, and she tried to explain the reason why she has done it, but father was too angry. he was very he was very angry, and he punished her with a ruler on her palm. Now, a question for you students, or just a general discussion with you: was Kezia right, or was father right? So, to some extent, Kezia was right, as it was an innocent mistake. But father was also not wrong, because children should know that they should not touch anyone's belonging without their permission. So, on each of their part, both are correct. Kezia was innocent, and father, he wanted to teach his daughter a lifetime lesson that children should not touch anyone's belonging without their permission. However, she failed to understand why she met out of punishment even after she accepted her mistake. Terribly, she said, "What did God make father for?" She felt sorry. She said sorry. She accepted her mistake. Even though she was punished. She was punished by her father. She was not getting why this happened. As I accepted my mistake, as I said sorry to my father, why he has punished me? So, terribly, with an annoyed mood, with a confused state of mind, she said, "What did God make father for? For what fathers are made? To love children or to punish children?" On the other hand, one evening, she saw Mr. McDonald's playing with her 5 children, laughing and enjoying with them. Mr. McDonald, he was playing with his 5 children, and he was laughing and enjoying with them. This event influenced Kezia that all fathers are not similar. She concluded that some father is caring and loving like Mr. McDonald, and some are harsh like her father. One evening, what happened? Kezia saw Mr. McDonald's. Mr. McDonald's are their neighbor. She saw Mr. McDonald's playing with his 5 children, laughing with them, enjoying with them. This event, looking at this, Kezia got an influence. What influence she got? She got an influence that all fathers are not same. Some fathers are loving and very caring like Mr. McDonald, and some are very harsh like Kezia's father. This was a perception that God set into Kezia's mind about fathers. However, her attitude towards her father changed. Someday, her mother needs to be hospitalized and her grandmother goes with her. So Kezia was alone in the house with the cook. The day went fine, but the night was a different issue. In the middle of the night, she woke up of fear, screaming and weeping as she had a terrible nightmare. One instance changed Kezia's attitude towards her father. And what was that? One day, her mother needs to be hospitalized and her grandmother goes with her. Kezia was all alone in the house with the cook. The day went okay, the day went fine, but the night was a different issue. In the middle of the night, midnight, she woke up of fear and started screaming and weeping. She had a terrible nightmare. Nightmare means some bad dream. When Kezia opened her eyes, she saw her father right next to her. Her father carried her to his bedroom and made her comfortable and warm on his bed. Kezia, when she opened her eyes, screaming and weeping, very scared, her eyes, when she opened her eyes, what she found her father right next to her. Her father carried her to his bedroom and made her comfortable. Further, her father told her to rub her feet with his legs and set them warm. She spent the night with him, feeling comfortable and safe. So, when she was in need, when she was scared of the nightmare, father came and made her comfortable. He rubbed his feet along her feet to make her feel warm and good. After that, she realized that her father was not a bad person and he loves and cares for her in his own way. Moreover, he had to work a whole day to provide for his family and was too weary by evening to play with her. With this incident, Kezia came to know about the state of mind of her father. She realized that even her father is a loving and caring parent, but he needs to work whole day. He needs to provide his family the basic necessities. He needs to meet the requirements of the family, and for that he needs to work the whole day, and by the end of the day he feels too weary, he feels too tired that he cannot play with Kezia. So, what is the moral of the lesson? All parents are loving and caring, but they have their own way to express the love and care for their children. Sometimes they are busy with their work, sometimes they are strict with us, sometimes they feel annoyed. These things are because of the different pressures, maybe family pressure, financial pressure, work pressure, different tensions are there to them, different things are there for them to take care of. So they are just busy in those things that they cannot give much time to their children, but that doesn't mean that they don't love their children. So all our parents love us very much. Respect your parents and love your parents, and try to try to understand their problems as well. As a child, it is your responsibility to understand your parents well, to understand their worries, to understand their problems, and try to make them feel comfortable. Here we are ending with this chapter. Stay home, stay safe, and have a nice day.